Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Esselamun Aleyküm ve Rahmetullah. I'm very happy to be again with all of my Egyptian friends and all other my friends listening to this speech from different countries. I want to start with some thanks, especially thanks to organizing committee of these conferences. And also, I want to thank my brother, Dr. Mithat Ibrahim, and I want to thank my daughter, Dr. Hannah, for their kind invitation. Inshallah, next year, I want to be with you at Cairo, at Egypt, face to face. This is a high quality conference with different kinds of spectroscopy, chemistry, physics, and sciences, other sciences. And I want to be very happy a part of this conference. Today, I want to give a speech about my new works, especially on metal organic frameworks for their usage in solid phase extraction and solid phase microextraction. I want to start. You know that traces organic and inorganic pollutants in the environment is a big problem for human beings. Some organic contaminants in environment from personal care products, from pharmaceuticals, from dyes, from microbial pollutants, from pesticides and others are a big problem for our healthy life. Especially they are pollutants for water sources, soil, and air. And also they have both of organic and inorganic pollutants, maybe sources to some health problem in human, for example, hypertension, memory disruption, reduced IQ, cardiovascular disorders, anemia, and others. And also, my main subject is especially heavy metals, and also heavy metals at trace levels in the environment is also big problem. For example, their toxicology is big problem. For example, lead-2 especially sources to cancer, renal kidney disease, anemia, nervous system damage, and mental problems. Also, high levels of chromium, headache, diarrhea, and carcinogenic problems, especially chromium 6. We can also give a lot of example their problems in human and environment, including animals and plans. But I don't want to too much talk about these points. But due to their big problems, organic and inorganic pollutants at trace levels, their determination is very important in environmental samples. But in their determination, before determination steps by instrumental analytical techniques, generally sample preparation techniques are very necessity because of two important problems in the detection of instrumental detection of these analytes. What is the problems in the instrumental detection of trace analytes in the real samples, and why is sample preparation is necessary before detection? This is my main subject in my scientific life. Two important problems we have. The concentration of our analytes is sometimes or many times lower than the detection limits of instruments. And second problem is matrix effects of constituents of real samples. These three problems could be solved by using sample preparation techniques. Especially here, we are using some extraction techniques, including separation and pre-concentration. Also, this treatment, evaporation, cleanup is another important parts of sample preparation techniques. And generally, analytical chemists use that these techniques prior to instrumental detection of trace analysis. And solid phase extraction and solid phase microextraction techniques are widely used for these purposes. Various types of solid phase extraction techniques could be, as shown in this slide, column techniques could be used, and also batch techniques could be used. Two different kinds of solid phase extraction techniques. The main point of solid phase extraction techniques, when your analytes adsorbed on the surface of new adsorbents you prepared, but the components of real samples which are sourced to matrix effects removed from the column. After this step, these adsorption steps, second steps is coming, the main second step is coming. We call that this step is elution. Elution means that the separate your analytes from the adsorbent by using a suitable elution solvents. This is the timeline of solid phase extraction and solid phase macroextraction techniques. At the 1950s, sometimes one 0.5 kilogram analytes used for these purposes. But nowadays, we are using only milligram level adsorbents, from 1.5 kilogram adsorbents to 10 milligram of adsorbents. And at the beginning, some conventional silica adsorbents, activated carbons, natural adsorbents was used, but nowadays, generally nanosorbents and nanocomposites are used for these purposes. Here you can see some attractive adsorbents, including graphene, nanotubes, metal organic frameworks, covalent organic frameworks, and others, which are at nano solvents. Only 10 to 50 milligram adsorbents enough for these kinds of studies for solid-phase microextraction of your analytes. And also, again, here you can see some difference adsorbents for these purposes, including graphene oxide, carbon nanotubes, and others. Especially today, I will talk to metal organic frameworks. But before talk metal organic frameworks, I also give some examples for other adsorbents. How we can synthesize nanoparticles? Different methodology is possible. This is one of them is from bottom to up, from atom or molecules to nanoparticles, or from top to down, bulk materials to bulk materials, from bulk materials to nanoparticles. And different kinds of methodology we can use for these purposes: vapor deposition, salt gel processes, bioreductions, and here the thermal Razel ablation, explosion process, and others. In our procedures, generally we use salt gel processes and hydrothermal synthesis. And also, why these kinds of studies are suitable for our works: benefits of nanoadsorbents. They are sustainable, quick, easy scale up, magnetic separation is possible, high efficiency, they are easy, selective, and green method. You know that green chemistry, green methodology is very important in our life at these days. And also benefits of nanoadsorbents, including carbon nanotubes, metal organic frameworks, and others, multifunctional, high porosity, high tunability, highly stable, reusable, small size, high adsorption, and others. They have other characteristics they have. At the beginning, I want to talk some points about carbon nanotubes. Especially chemists and physics and other scientists know that carbon nanotubes are very important materials, and also they have some good properties. They are nano-sized, large surface to volume ratio, water solubility, mechanical citrate, high immobilization efficiency, and they are especially good for separation and preconcentration of trace analytes. But you know that their these properties, they could be used different areas, including physical science and others. Here a good example. Also, we have some works with Dr. Mithat Ibrahim and his groups, also with carbon nanotubes. In the usage of carbon nanotubes, different proposals, different kinds of combination is possible. Here is an example, polypyrrole multi-walled carbon nanotube for the solid phase extraction of lead from water samples. Published in Talanta, which is a good journal for analytical chemists. Especially this is before usage of these materials, the characterization is very important, and this material is characterized by using different techniques, including SEM, scanning electron microscope techniques, XRD techniques, FDR techniques, and others. After characterization, we use these techniques, these materials for the solid phase extraction of lead. In the preparation of new materials, new composites, we are using generally solvothermal processes. We call these processes, when our solvent is water, hydrothermal processes. This is a good choice for the preparation of new materials by the effects of pressure and temperature in a Teflon pump. We can easily synthesize new nanostructure, also different kinds of materials, from 1D, 2D, 3D materials to polymers and quantum dots and hybrid materials. We can easily synthesize. This is the simple pictures of our system, our Teflon pump. This is how we can prepare our solid regions here, our solvents, and also it closed. Then heating with after heating at high pressure, we can easily synthesize our materials. Also, here is an example, a hybrid materials, copper 1 and copper 2 oxides, multi-walled carbon nanotube hybrid. We use these materials for the solid phase extraction of uranium at trace levels in water and other environmental samples prior to their inductively coupled plasma mass spectrometric detection. Another materials, everyone knows that, every scientist knows that a good materials, graphene, it has also a very good material for the different sciences of different part of sciences, and they call this the wonder material, also due to their very attractive properties, for example, mechanical, electrical properties, thermal properties, and other properties. And it could be used different parts of science, including energy, biomedical application, environmental sciences in desalination, and also we are use these materials and hybrid of these materials on the solid phase extraction of trace analysis. Here is an example for the magnetic solid phase extraction of copper from some food samples and water samples. After impregnation, a suitable ligand, here is a pyrrocatechol violet. We could easily absorb copper on the surface of these materials. Then we applied this methodology for the solid phase extraction of copper from water samples. Also, another application of these materials is a hybrid material, which is magnetic allylamine modified graphene oxide plus polyvinyl acetate covinyl divinyl benzen nanocomposite. We synthesize these materials. Then after characterization, we use these materials for the solid phase extraction of some metal ions. Another application of hydrothermal synthesis for the fabrication and characterization of magnesium cobaltate. We use these materials after characterization for the solid phase extraction of lead from environmental samples. Also, we have new materials, including carbon nanotubes, nanodots. You know that also nanodots are, quantum dots are very attractive materials. We synthesize magnetic carbon nanodots and graphene oxide hybrid by using hydrothermal synthesis, and we use these materials for the solid phase extraction of ibuprofen in human blood, priority high performance liquid chromatographic detection of these trace analytes. Also, another application, another sample for carbon nanodots, cadmium selenide and carbon nanodots modified magnetic nano shares for the solid phase extraction of malachite green from spectrophotometric determination of it. Another attractive materials we used for the solid phase extraction studies, nanoflowers. Here, some examples you can see, some images of nanoflowers. They are different kinds of nanoflowers we can synthesize. Here is our nanoflowers. It is the same image of these materials. We prepared it from copper 2 and phosphate 2 plus bovine serum albumin. And we use these materials for the solid phase extraction of cadmium and lead ions from different materials. Another example of nanoflowers, it is inorganic nanoflowers. We synthesized these materials and characterized by using SEM, FITR, XRD, and other techniques. Then we used these nanoflowers for the solid phase extraction lead from different different samples. Also, nowadays we are focused on metal organic frameworks. They are new generation materials. Many scientists use synthesize these materials, and many scientists use these materials for different properties. Synthesize these materials is very attractive. Also, here you can see different methodologies possible. Also, our methodology, solvent thermal methodology, is possible for the synthesized metal organic frameworks. And also, we can scientists use these materials due to their high surface area, high porosity, to enable topography, crystallography, electronic and optical properties with different application. Here are proposed separation and purification, or different usage of these materials is possible. Gas and energy storage, drug delivery. Inshallah, we are working on this subject, drug delivery. Next year's, I can give some example about these points, and waste disposal, catalysis, synthesize, and different working area is possible. Nowadays, we are using these materials for the solid phase extraction of trace metals and trace organic spaces, because of they have good absorption mechanism and absorption interactions. Why? Because different points are possible for absorption, diffusion, ion exchange, electrostatic interactions, van der Waals forces, hydrogen bonding, Lewis acid bases, chelatation, coordination, and others. And also, why they are used for these purposes? Because low toxic metals uses less harmful organic ligands by using in the synthesis of metal organic frameworks. They are water stable, high absorption capacity they have because of their surface area very high, and stability in sample and media conditions is good, and also high thermal stability they have, adequate for mechanical stability and others. And also different methodologies possible for the solid phase extraction of trace species by using metal organic frameworks. This is one part is magnetic solid phase extraction, other is dispersive solid phase extraction. What is the difference between them? In the magnetic solid phase extraction, your adsorbent should be magnetic properties, and adsorbent could be easily separated from the aqueous solution by using a magnet. And also after desorption, you can easily separate your adsorbent from the eluent solution by using a magnet. But in the dispersive solid phase extraction studies, the separation is generally by using centrifugation and filtration, because of your adsorbent has not magnetic properties. Both of them could be used for these purposes. And also, only metal organic frameworks could be used for solid phase extraction, but nowadays also metal organic frameworks hybrids with preparate different methodology could be used for these purposes. For example, covalent modification on metal modes by using ligands, or others is other preparation methodology is possible. Here also usage of these kinds of materials, these kinds of hybrids, for example, covalent organic frameworks on metal organic frameworks, or metal organic frameworks on covalent organic frameworks, could be used different purposes, from photocatalysis, heterogeneous catalysis, and separation and absorption studies, which is our purposes. Also, others is possible. Here is a preparation step for metal organic frameworks, combination with copper and this ligand, and this is the structure of our materials. Then using these materials for the solid phase extraction studies. And also I want to give some examples about this methodology by used in our laboratory. Here is one of my Egyptian students, Mohammed Habila, who is associate professor at King Saud University. Our collaborative work with Erciyes University and King Saud University. This is the solid phase extraction of carbonyl pesticides from food and water samples by using a commercial metal organic framework, and also prior to its determination step, ultra performance liquid chromatography, tandem mass spectrometry. Another work is microextraction of malathion from water and soil samples by using metal organic frameworks. Here is then a review we published in Trentin Analytical Chemistry for the usage of metal organic frameworks on the solid phase extraction of toxic metals from food and environmental samples. Also, we have some works under review. For example, here, vortex-assisted solid phase microextraction of parabens from waters by using MIL 101 magnetic organic frameworks. Another one is ionic liquid supported metal organic frameworks for the solid phase extraction of illicit drugs from water samples. This is a collaborative work with Ege University at Izmir in Turkey. And also now and future, what we are working on quantum dots in solid phase extraction. Our metal organic frameworks studies are continue, and also new materials for covalent organic frameworks we are working, and nano extraction and solid phase nano extraction we are started these kinds of works, and we are using nano engines, nanomembranes, and micromotors, nanomotors for the drug delivery. We have some new studies. Inshallah, I will present in future for these kinds of studies. And I have some thanks at the end, especially again my thanks to Dr. Metat Ibrahim, Dr. Hanan, and also all the organizing committee of this conference, all of my friends at Egypt, all of my students at Egypt, and also thank you very much for National Council of your institute, and also I'm a member of Turkish Academy of Science. I want to thank them to their supports. Also, I want to thank TÜBİTAK, which is the Scientific and Technological Research Council of Turkey, and I want to thank to Erciyes University for their very kind supports my university, and I want to thank to all of my working group, all of my colleagues, all of my students. This is an working group works, and this is their they are very important for me, and I want to thank all of them. And lastly, I want to thank all of you for listening. Thank you very much.